Hello, and welcome to a breaking um, news edition of the Rocket Sports Talk Sheet. We are getting ready to start with that. First of all, we do have several things to talk about just today in sports. This is actually a pretty good day to be a, be a sports fan, and different sporting events to watch today. Big key sporting events. But first, we're going to go ahead and talk about the big, huge NFL trade that just happened within the last half an hour. Julio Jones as a wide receiver, uh, formerly with the Atlanta Falcons, who has averaged a career high NFL leading all time leading 95 yards per game, receiving yards per game, is now a Tennessee Titan as of today, about 45 minutes ago. He will be going for a second round pick. Will be what the Falcons will receive. Now there may be a little bit more, as I've seen reports and stuff. That second round pick may not be the only pick, but it's not a first rounder. There may be some more later round picks swapped between the Titans and Falcons here, but he has definitely gone for a second round, and it's probably going to be a late second round pick because here lately, the last couple of years, Tennessee Titans have been a playoff team, so it's not gonna be an early second in my book. It's gonna be a later, probably like a last 10 in the second. Um, wow, I don't. I called it. Um, I really thought that I said that was the number one destination that I thought he was going to go was the Tennessee Titans. So I'm glad I ended up being correct on that. Um, I think that Tennessee is now a is an upgrade. Definitely Julio Jones is an upgrade from Corey Davis. Nobody can argue that. Like I said, Julio for several years now has been the best receiver in the NFL. Like I said, just got this. His numbers don't lie. Like I said, receiving yards per game, it's an NFL best. It's an NFL best, 95 yards per game. Can't argue that. Um, that just definitely helped out Derrick Henry even more. That running game is going to open up even more now for Tennessee. And Tennessee's going to be a serious problem. I don't think that's the Coast Division. I don't think that's the Coast Division. It's Tennessee's division now, especially with the addition of Julio. It's going to be an interesting AFC. Um, I would definitely put them in the um, probably put them as a 3 or 4 seed in the AFC playoffs whenever it starts. Um, Probably between them and Cleveland for the 3 seed, in my opinion. Um, but I'll go ahead and book Tennessee as the 4th seed. I still have Cleveland, but that was my dark horse. I said I really thought strongly he was going to Tennessee as he did, but as a dark horse option. I really thought that Cleveland could have made a push and done a Julio for Odell Beckham Jr. That way, both teams kind of never really lost. But also, I understand now why. This wasn't just because Julio wanted out. This is also Atlanta needed to dump salary cap. This was a salary cap dump. They needed to make the team salary cap for the NFL season, and this 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 did it for Atlanta. Depending on how much Atlanta is going to pay of Julio's um, contract this year, um, which I definitely think Tennessee is probably going to have. I think that Atlanta's going to they for this deal. I think that Atlanta had to eat some of those millions. Still, second round. Some people thought, oh, he's a first round talent. Well, receivers in their 30s don't really go for first round picks. I was never expecting a first round pick for Julio. As awesome as he is, I was never expecting that. And it turns out no team ever was interested in trading a first for Julio. Seconds were the best ones. Now, this makes Tennessee better. I don't know just how better, but Tannehill's definitely going to be throwing a party tonight, probably. And the Colts, they are sweating right now. They are sweating. I think, like I said, I thought it would be a very, very tight race before, like right a game within of each other between the Colts and Titans for that division. Julio, if he can stay healthy, because last year he missed like half the season. He is like 32, 33 years old. I think he's 32. But if he plays 12, 14 games this year for for the Titans, uh, yeah, I have him as a lock now over the coach for that division. Um, like I said, we have other events to talk about. Um, Today is what I would call a joke of a sporting event. Of course, we're talking about in the world of boxing because how many times have we seen now lately where these actual not real boxers come in and make hundreds of millions and a lot of money? Well, we got another one of those tonight, guys. And it was a trick question because on my video thing I said, who wins tonight? Nobody's going to win, technically. Yeah, remember, this is technically a exhibition match. Remember the Tyson and Roy Jones? Tyson obviously would have won the points and won that boxing match, but nobody won. It was a tie. So You want my 1 millionth percent pick? You can book it. It's a tie. Even though Mayweather definitely beats him. Still going to end up technically as a tie. And you know what? That's one thing I don't like about events like this, especially whenever people bet. You got all these betting sites. You know how many people got hoodwinked in the Tyson fight, not realizing that there was going to be no winner or loser, and they bet, hundreds of thousands of dollars on Tyson or Roy, and they didn't want nothing. They just lost their money because it's a tie. Same thing's going to happen. It's a joke. People are going to get robbed by paying for this stupid event, and people are going to get robbed by betting on this event. I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, yeah, I do. I said it's a joke and a bit of it. And honestly, it makes boxing look stupid. It makes it look stupid. But hey, it's drawn attention to boxing. These events make actual professional boxers. These joke of events are making way more money than actual real professional boxing matches. Tell me how funnily stupid that is. I can't I can't take this serious. I can't take that sport serious anymore, to be honest. That was McGregor and Mayweather worth it? Yes, it was worth it. Because Mayweather and Connor, Connor had to fight his chance for sure. He has legit, even though it's from the UFC, had legit knockout power. And he landed some really good hits on Mayweather. He just got tired because that's Mayweather's game. He's going to wear you out. But if I had to guess, this is going to end in round 4. Round 4. Now, you're all welcome to chat and comment. Let me know what y'all think about the Julio for a second rounder. Do you think that just right, too high, too low, what? On the draft pick and what they get away or whatever. I don't know. The other trade or the other picks, it does sound like there are going to be later round picks swaps. We can calculate that in, but the main thing is they did get a second. And let me know what you think about that joke of a match that's going to happen tonight. This is what it is. It's a joke. But I will at least say this about Logan Paul. At least, unlike his bitch, bitch of a brother, he's actually going up against a who was one of the best professional boxers. He's fighting an actual boxer. Even though he's retired, he's fighting probably the best of this generation boxing wise. While Jake has, I don't know, his next, he's not fighting anybody. And he has. If y'all are super excited about Tyron Woodley, then you all are living under a rock because he's primarily a wrestler. He's not fighting boxing. And I can't take Jake Paul one bit serious. Now, I hope that after Logan gets his fight and this next fight for Jake happens, honestly, I hope we're done hearing about the Paul brothers because I'm done hearing about it. I doubt we will, but I'm tired of hearing about it. So, man, sorry, right as I started this, my wife brought me lunch. Um, man, there's just really nothing to say about that boxing match. But there's going to be millions of people out there that's going to be excited, foolishly, but they're going to be excited. Um, but to me, I think the big event of the night, and that's what I also predicted. I said, as the NBA playoffs started, and before the game started, I told you all I picked the Mavs in 7 over the Clippers. Well, tonight is Game 7 between the Mavs and the Clippers. I am not wavering. I'm sticking with my prediction. So far, I've been right about a lot of things. I also said the Lakers wouldn't come out of the West, and they didn't. Even though that's my team, they didn't even get out of the first round. Um, yeah, the Mavs are still going to win. I have them winning by 8 points. I will take a 113 to 105 win. Luka has a good night, not a 40-something point game night, but he has, he'll probably have about 30, 35. Uh, he'll have at least a double double. I don't think he'll have a triple double, but he'll have at least a double double. Uh, I'll say he'll have about, you know, seven seven rebounds. So I think it'll be 3 rebounds short if I had to take a guess. My prediction from a triple double. But he has a pretty good game. And Kawhi falls back down to earth after his humongous game 6. And I think he'll have somewhere between 22 and 27 points. And then Paul George turns into his normal playoff history. And I think he doesn't even hit 20. think he might have something like 17 or 18. And even if he does hit 20, it's going to be on awful, dreadful night of shooting. And I think down the stretch, I don't think it's going to be close. I think the score will end up looking closer than it really is. Like I said, I think the Mavs will win by 8. But in hindsight, really, it's like it's kind of like a 15-point game. I think Porzingis has a solid night. I think he'll have 20 plus. And I think not Hardaway, but somebody else will have 20 points as well for the match. So the Mavs will just be too much tonight, I think. I think they shoot 50% or better from the three, while I think the Clippers shoot 30% or lower from the three, and that's going to be the main difference. We also have other games. It is actually on right now. Currently, it is a 26-19 lead in the first with a little less than 4 minutes left in the first quarter. The Hawks are up by 6, 29. They're up by 9, 29-20 on the 76ers. So it just kind of depends on how Embiid feels. So far, he does have 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. But if they're in a healthy Embiid, then the Sixers may not win this series. So we'll see how we'll check in with that later. So that game is currently on. So if y'all want to watch that, you all can check that game out. Looks like the Hawks are now taking a double-digital lead, leading by 11. All right. So let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about that boxing match. Like, seriously, are y'all really taking that serious? Is anybody out there taking that boxing match tonight serious? Because I don't see how anybody can be or how anybody could be. I mean, to me, I just think the Paul brothers are just, honestly, in my opinion, yeah, they make so much money off of YouTube, but they are robbing people who spend money for this shit, for this event. This is a robbery, in my opinion. Um, I I don't I don't know. I mean, Mayweather could be 15 and he'd still beat him. That's all there is to it, in my opinion. But hey, that's just my opinion. I don't. There's other news that we haven't been talking about, and I think it's been clouded, especially in the NFL, by Aaron Rodgers and Julio Jones. But now that the Julio Jones thing, he's been traded, and that's probably within the next, several days, week. That's going to take the back burner. That's going to be one less story out of the way. But I think a certain individual is lucky that the whole Aaron story, the Aaron Rodgers with Green Bay, and the Julio stuff has been taking such a front street of the NFL that really a key player should be grateful that the attention was put on them because you just don't hear nothing anymore. And it's got so quiet. That's probably really what he wants right now. And that's Deshaun Watson and his case is going on and his stuff. But I'm gonna get on that because I'm not letting that go. And that should be talked about more. But we all know that the NFL is a big moneymaker, and all these reporters and all these sports analysts, sports channels, they ain't putting nothing out there, and they ain't talking about it because they don't want to damage the league, and they don't want fans to tune out because it costs them money as well. It costs, the TV channels, their their hands in the candy jar. But I I just think that as we're already in June, the season starts in September in 3 months. I don't see a way. And in case y'all didn't know, he doesn't have to be under oath or anything until after the Super Bowl this year. I don't see a way that he gets on the field. I strongly, really do feel stronger and stronger as it goes by because, like I said, each month hits, I'm more certain that with nothing being handled, that he's going to be on that commissioner's list. I'm 90 something percent sure now. That's where he's headed. And rightfully so, because it's not been proven yay or nay. And you just can't take a chance and let somebody play if somebody did what he's been accused of. You have to wait and see and let the process go about. But this stuff ain't gonna. The process ain't gonna be done until May of next year, June, July, like just a few months before this next year's NFL season starts. So, my opinion, Deshaun Watson, I would just shut up talking about playing for any team, and I would just keep training at home or training wherever, and just look forward to next year if you're not behind bars by then. Like I said, we don't know where this could go within the next year. It could get way worse. There could be actual, all kinds of evidence that's just too incriminating. They could literally put him behind bars. We don't know. But what I do know is because this thing won't be handled unless it's settled. And even being settled, he's still going to be suspended, in my opinion, by the league. He should at least be suspended for a year if he does settle, at minimum a year. I just don't see him being on the field whatsoever for any NFL team in the year 2021. And if he's guilty of this, if he comes out guilty, they can be banned from the league. He'll never play again. So we just kind of got to wait it out. It is being really, really quiet. That's why I said this really does have the feel of like this is going to be getting settled instead of going to court and stuff. And in my eyes, if you are adamant, like he was very adamant about fighting this and clearing his name, if you end up settling after you say all that shit, you might as well put your name on a guilty plea. In my opinion. And the NFL's probably going to think the same way. That's why I said either way, he ain't playing this year. Even if he's innocent or not even proven guilty, he can still be suspended. That's Ezekiel Elliott. Didn't go to court, no charges were filed. wasn't no charges against him, nothing like that. And he served a 6 or 8 game suspension. Yeah. So, yeah, Deshaun Watson, you're just fucked this year, in my opinion. You're fucked either way. You are damned if you do, damned if you don't. Situation right now. And again, no one to blame, but you put yourself in this situation to begin with. Uh, he definitely didn't go about this right. I'm not saying that he did what he's being accused of, but still, the way there's a lot of shady shit outside of even if he's guilty or not. It's still going to raise a lot of eyebrows, and still people are going to really judge you for how you went about this altogether. So yeah, let me know if y'all agree with me. Also, like I said, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to my prediction here, and I'm sticking with the Mavs to win Game 7 and win the series 4 games to 3 over the Clippers tonight. Let me know if y'all agree with that. I just I don't see an answer for Luka. I've had 6 games in this series to watch. And there's nothing they can do to stop Luka. The only way they can stop Luka is intentionally injuring him, like they tried and kind of did last year, and pulling some stunts. The only way. Um, yeah, yeah, Mavs. Yep, I'm sticking with it. And that's kind of interesting because the Jazz, if it was the Jazz against the Mavs, that's going to be a really, really interesting series right there. And that could also go 7. Like the Mavs, man, if they get out of the first couple of rounds, man, they're gonna be in dogfights and series wise. I don't see no 5 games of sweep or anything like that. Like they're gonna have to play like in every series. It's gonna be a tight series for the Mavs, primarily because their defense. If they had a top 5 defense, this Mavs team would definitely be title contenders and could come out of the West. But defensively, I just don't know. Um, I'll have to wait. If they do win tonight, I'll have to wait, and you'll have to see what my prediction will be between them and the Jazz. Like I said, that's going to be a very interesting matchup, series-wise, if that happens. Um, I still think the 76ers beat the Hawks, even if they lose tonight, which let me give you a current update here. Um, it is a 15-point game so far. Into the first quarter, it is 42-27, the Hawks. So even if Philly loses game 1, I still have them winning the series. I don't think the Hawks beat the Sixers in this series. I think this will be a very tight and very highly competitive series. This also feels like a minimum of 6 game series, but this could easily be a 7 game series. But it's at least going 6. Um, the one series that I think is already over, and I called it, and I just, man, I looked at it, what was it, yesterday or whatever. Don't let the final score fool you, even though the Nets beat uh, the Bucks. That score was not indicative to how close that game really was. It was really never in doubt. That game was never in doubt, and honestly, they are just too much. They are too loaded for the Bucks to even contend with them. Um, I think 2 series straight. The Nets win in 5. I think Milwaukee will probably win one at home. At least take one game at home. But other than that, the Nets win every other game. Um, Now the Nuggets series, like the Nuggets and Suns, that's going to be good. It would have been way even better if they had Murray, but they don't. So I think I'm gonna have to take the Suns in that series. Even though, in my opinion, best player in that series is gonna be Jokic, the MVP, the regular season MVP. And if you look, the Nikola Jokic, the Joker. So yeah, I will take that series. It's going 6 or 7 as well, 6 minimum. But I think game 1 is actually tomorrow of that series, I believe. Uh, yes, game 1 is tomorrow night at 10 on TNT. And then the Bucks and Nets game 2 is on tomorrow night, also on TNT at 7:30. So we'll see how Harden's hamstring does. But even if Harden's out, it's just they are too much for the Bucks. They're too much for the Bucks. That's just my opinion. I think the Bucks win game 2 tomorrow. I'm going to take the Suns tomorrow in a very close game. I don't think any game will be a blowout between the Suns and Nuggets. I think that's still a very close and highly competitive series, even with Murray out. So I will take the Suns by 5 over the Nuggets tomorrow, and I'll take the Nets by 10 tomorrow over the Bucks. And take it 2-0. Let me know what y'all think on those. Let me know what y'all can tell me what your all's picks are in these second round matchups. Let me know who y'all got winning, how many games, yada yada yada. But yeah, I'm definitely sticking with my Mavs. I'm sticking with my Mavs tonight, man. I really hope it comes to fruition because I don't want these Lakers to win a damn thing, or the Clippers. I don't want them to win a damn thing. My Lakers are out. I definitely don't want, the Clippers going deep and thinking, oh yeah, LA is at least ours. We own the city. We're better. Blah 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 blah. No, um, a healthy Lakers team is still better than uh, almost everybody. Um, Now, after Dame has another first round exit with the Trailblazers, do you all think that Damian Lillard is going to be out um, or go be on a different team starting next season? Do you all think that Damian Lillard gets traded this offseason? Like, I'm highly interested in that because I could see, in a way, it could happen this offseason. Um, but I also think the Lakers will get a big break at guard. And I think who they're after is Bradley Beal of the Wizards. And I think there's over a 70% chance that the Lakers do end up this offseason trading and acquiring. Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna go with that. I don't. Yeah, I just yeah. I really, man, really been hitting it on the nail this week, guys. I've had the trades right so far. I straight up had number one as a trade option, Tennessee. That came to fruition. Um, maybe I might have to go luck charm. So I think my luck still does not run out, and the Mavs shut the deal, shut the door on the Clippers, put them on vacation. That would be nice. I will say with the Lakers though, um, yeah. That's just big news, man. Julio on the Titans, man. That offense just got a complete upgrade compared, to the last couple of years. Mm. Now, Julio being traded for a second, I'm thinking of later round, probably like a fourth or fifth that's going to get swapped, maybe. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. So I think that's it for sporting news of the day. Honestly, I think I gotta get out of here because I have not yet been asleep almost 24 hours, and I am falling asleep. So I thought I would at least bring a video of. Anyways, if y'all like these videos, please go to my channel. It'll set my algorithm. Anyways, guys, if y'all are new or if y'all like my channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. Mm, mm. Alright. Anyways, please like and subscribe to the channel. I've been up way too long, guys. I cannot stay away. So until next time, I will be on again, either later on or tomorrow, to talk about the joke of a boxing match and my second prediction. You guys are also welcome to check me out on Twitter at Rocky Sports or CKEY Sports. You can also, if you game, I do stream. You can check me out on Twitch. That's the name of my gamer tag, all one word. Rocky Sports Talk Sheet. So y'all can check me out on there. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, peace out, everybody.